I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel Move It Movie. As today's movie porter, we are moving a slasher movie, Halloween Kills. There's also a surprise at the end of the video, you will need it while downloading this movie. The film is a sequel to 2018's Halloween and the 12th installment in the Halloween franchise. After Laurie Strode, acted by Jamie Lee Curtis, her daughter Karen, acted by Judy Greer, and granddaughter Allyson, acted by Andy Matichak, leave Michael Myers caged in the basement of Laurie's burning house. Michael manages to free himself. The Strode women join a group of other survivors that decide to form a mob to hunt Michael. Set 40 years after the first film, the 2018 Halloween took us back, in spirit, to the innocent garishness of the late 70s, and that was a minor triumph. But in Halloween Kills, which picks up immediately after the last film, with Curtis's Laurie Strode being rushed to the hospital after having trapped Michael Myers in her trick basement and burned him alive, Green more or less abandons the previous film's enjoyable retro flavor. Michael, who was no more killed by Laurie than he was in all the other Halloween installments, proceeds to go on his latest Kitchen Blade stalker rampage, and the new movie becomes all about fusing the Halloween formula with the tropes and obsessions of today, which turns out to be a real fear killer. The damage caused by Michael is now spoken of in the language of recovery. This starts when Tommy Doyle, acted by Anthony Michael Hall, who was one of the two kids Laurie was babysitting on that fateful 1978 Halloween night, stands up before the costumed crowd at a bar and in between talent show acts that are more terrifying than anything else in the movie. He says, in solemn tones of sharing, "Please join me in commemorating the victims and the survivors of that Halloween." The victims this time include a middle-aged biracial couple, and also a gay couple, named Big John and Little John, who live in Michael Myers' old house, which they've renovated to within an inch of its dark polished floorboards. That these two treat Halloween night as an occasion to eat fancy, hors d'oeuvres and watch Minnie and Moskowitz makes one realize there are cliches you wish Michael Myers could kill off. Laurie, confined to her hospital bed, gets up out of it by giving herself a double injection of opioids. "It's all happening," says Laurie, Michael's masterpiece. What she means is that Michael isn't just a mad killer anymore, he's an orchestrator of chaos, a terrorist. His intent is not simply to murder but to cause ripples of fear. The shock value is best exemplified when Halloween Kills gives us our first proper look at Michael's sadistic artistic expression via his grandiose and campy staging of mutilated corpses, which is more disturbing than any Silver Shamrock product. Even John Carpenter's score is darker, slower, and more dramatic than any of his previous Halloween efforts, building up to what can best be described as the Empire Strikes Back of the Halloween franchise. That's not to say that Halloween Kills is completely devoid of fun. It still knows when to balance the scares with moments of levity, including two new comic relief characters, played by Scott MacArthur and Michael McDonald, that steal the show every time they're on screen, much in the same way Julian Morrissey did in the 2018 film. Most of the problems with Halloween Kills come from it being the second chapter in a trilogy that was announced prior to its release. Some characters sit out most of the action for seemingly no reason, while several themes and reveals are introduced, and then dropped rather quickly, including some allusions to the curse of Michael Myers that are sure to spark plenty of conversations among fans. Much of Halloween Kills is just table setting for the final confrontation, including an abrupt cliffhanger ending that makes this feel like half of a movie. As far as horror sequels go, especially sequels to reboots, Halloween Kills does a lot right. For one, it honors the original in a way that feels not like empty fan service, but as a compelling companion to the material. The film's darker tone instantly sets itself apart from its predecessors, diving more deeply into the themes of trauma and how it affects a community while delivering some truly gruesome kills. Sadly, it doesn't really stand on its own, being too dependent on a conclusion that is still a year away, one that could either fix some of the holes in this movie or expose even greater flaws. Because of this, it's hard to recommend Halloween Kills as a standalone experience, But rest assured that when Michael is out on the hunt, Halloween certainly kills. To download Halloween Kills for offline viewing, a third-party downloader is highly recommended. That is StreamFab Video Downloader. It's an integrated downloading solution which allows you to get access to all streaming movies. Please find the link of this downloader in the comment.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.